Fam, it's happened. We just got a big gameplay deep dive on Fable. Of course, they revealed a trailer at the, was it SGF or the Xbox Showcase first? I forget which it was. It kind of all blurs together for me, frankly. But they revealed this trailer revealing the antagonist. Presentation, again, is really, really good. Looks very, very interesting. But people were once again frustrated that there's been no big gameplay deep dive. And it's been a common thread that people want to just see what the game looks like for like 20-30 minutes unedited. Just show me what the game is like, because it's a cinematic game you can make look really cool in little snippets, but it's the extended stuff where you can tell whether it actually works and is fluid. The gameplay reveal that we got however many months ago was good and really exciting. Obviously, it went viral and everybody was talking about it, but even that was pretty heavily edited, and it was hard to tell what you would actually do for an extended period of gameplay. Well, that changes today, my friends, because at the Xbox Showcase, they did a like behind closed door preview for gameplay for media. This is what they tweeted out. The team is getting ready to welcome press and creators into the world of Albion. We'll be sharing a live gameplay demo showing what it means to build an extraordinary life in Fable. Your turn is coming soon. We'll share the new gameplay on Wednesday, heroes. And so this is what it is. So after the Xbox reveal, they brought people in here, showed them the gameplay, and went from there. And now we are about to look at that same gameplay that media and creators saw. To be clear, I was not there. Xbox, they think I'm mean. So I was not there, but I'm going to watch this with you for the first time. I've not watched any of it because it went up right before stream. So let's get into it, fam. Let's get into it. You ready? Poggers per chance? We can only hope. Let's see. Buckle up. Pre-release build, work in progress.
Fable is a beautiful open-world action RPG.
Real quick, do you want captions or not? I'm gonna look in chat. Let me know if you want them or not. I don't care either which way.
Packed with drama, jeopardy, and high-stakes choices that change the world. But at the heart of Fable is a game within a game. An endless, interconnected life sim where you'll be remembered for changing people's lives, building property empires, manipulating the economic fate of entire settlements, and more. And as you do all this, you'll build different identities and experience a complex, nuanced morality that is so much more than good versus evil. It's what you'll do in Fable when you aren't saving the world, and we call it building an extraordinary life.
I love his accent. I wish Scottish people were real, but I love the accent.
Let's dive in. Here I am in the middle of Oakshire, one of the 6 regions in our visually diverse open world. It's characterised by beautiful rolling hills and lush, colourful foliage, inspired by the British countryside. There are settlements of different sizes throughout the world, each with their own population, traits and landmarks. Albion is full of variety. We can see one of those settlements up ahead. Silverbrook, a peaceful farming town and the largest settlement in Oakshire.
Okay.
Silverbrook is all about farming, so it has an almost unhealthy obsession with vegetables, which can be seen in every detail of the environment. It's in how the villagers have decorated their houses, their shops, and their streets. It's even in how they dress their scarecrows. When I enter a settlement, I quickly run into the beating heart of Albion. Its people. There are over 1,000 handcrafted, fully voiced NPCs, each one with their own job, home, routine, relationships, and memory. None of these villagers are scripted dressing. They have emergent behavior powered by real-time systems.
And I want to mention this real quick because I've heard a lot of people point at this and say that's not possible. It is very possible, actually. In my previous Fable video, I mentioned how they actually, like, the kind of closest example to this in recent memory was actually a game that I know and love very, very well, which of course was KCD2, because that is actually a game that did something very, very similar to this, with their NPCs and their like simulation stuff. Yeah, here I show a little snippet of it. There's a whole paper and like GDC talk that some of the KCD2 devs did where they actually have like 1,500 NPCs alone in just Gutenberg, like 2,400 NPCs in total in Gutenberg. And you can see how they simulate it is that it's all based on proximity to the player. So all of the red NPCs are being simulated and pulled at different times. And so their behaviors are being simulated, but just not as frequently or as accurately. And the green NPCs are simulated super accurately. And in real time, yellow is a little bit less, maybe pulling once a second or once every few seconds. But like this type of simulation absolutely exists and is available in games you can play today. Like it is a thing. Okay, so even if it sounds crazy, it's more how it's being marketed that sounds unbelievable. Because with KCD2, they didn't really talk about it. In a trailer for KCD2, they didn't frame it as there are 2,400 NPCs that are each handcrafted and go about their daily routines, and they have their own beds, and they work, and they eat, and they get dressed. You can steal their clothes, and then they don't have clothes to wear, and so they'll walk around naked through the city streets looking for their clothes. Like, they could say that because that's all true, but they don't. So it's always one of those things that's interesting to me is that you can have a game that is very, very impressive, but it's also fascinating what doesn't get communicated, what doesn't get marketed. It's what Todd's always been very, very good at, praise be, is that he's really good at talking about things in a way that makes them sound impossible or novel, even if they are like relatively ordinary in a game. Like being able to procedurally generate 1,000 planets is not actually that technologically amazing. Like I think in the original version of No Man's Sky, they had like 16 quintillion or something. Like it's not actually that unbelievable. It's just how it's marketed and phrased that makes it sound remarkable. But with this, 1,000 handcrafted NPCs in a game like this is awesome, and it's very, very doable. So I just want to be clear, people who are saying this sounds fake or made up, like, no, it's actually very, very doable, and there's other games right now that do it.
They go to work, they go to bed, they have hobbies and families. Sometimes they just want to spend time in the pub. Albion feels alive because its people have lives. I've never been to Silverbrook, and because I've done nothing of note yet, Max the stable hand here is completely indifferent to me.
Got a minute?
What do you want then?
So, if I ask him to follow me,
Follow me.
I don't deal with randos.
he won't. And he thought I was weird. That's fair.
Right then. Bye.
And there you go, I guess.
In the story, I'm here investigating if there's a connection between Isabel, the powerful red-cloaked hero I'm pursuing, and the strange magical incidents being reported in Silverbrook.
Is that a hero? Wait.
I've heard something about giant vegetables and a hero called Arden, who lives nearby. Maybe they could help me find Isabel.
Cam?
And it seems there's a bit of a commotion in the town square. Let's see what's going on.
Someone needs to tell this little brat what's what. Oh, hero, can you do me a favour and get this bloody kid away from me?
No! I won't let you kill Colin! Hero! You have to stop him.
Look, kid, I'm a butcher, and Colin's just a pig. Do I need to spell it out?
But I'm not like all the other pigs, am I, John?
Okay, I wasn't ready for that. The pig just casually starts chatting. Okay, yeah, that's good. You got me. I was surprised by that.
Oh, look, I am not having this conversation with you again, Colin.
Did I just understand that pig?
Oh, yeah, the novelty wears off after a bit, trust me.
Colin's special. Please. We can eat something else at this little travel feast. Well done.
People are expecting a hog roast, kid, and I've been preparing this pig for ages.
But I've only just learned to communicate. Who knows what else I could achieve? I've got potential, hero. Don't let me end up on a spit. Please.
I'm gonna be real. I'm conflicted. I was like, nah, dude, it's a pig. He's delicious. And then he talked, and now I feel bad. And they'll let you choose to let him die. Okay.
Well, this certainly qualifies as a magical incident. What you're seeing here is not a cinematic. It's just one of the hundreds of story conversations in our game. We have over 2 hours of high-quality, performance-captured cinematics, just like the ones you've seen in our trailers. But in these conversations, you'll make hundreds of branching dialogue choices that change what happens and how people feel about you. It's important to note that every choice has a consequence. It's up to me if Colin lives or dies, and I think he should live. I mean, come on, he's a talking pig.
Let the pig live.
Yes!
Thanks, hero. I knew you'd understand. No hard feelings, John.
You don't make the decisions here. This is my pig, bought and paid for.
I can see his point, so I'm going to pay the butcher.
Hopefully
the
show
pig
us what
worth
happens
to
if you let him die.
I'll cover it.
Oh, it's not just a pig. It's provisions, labour, faff. We're talking thousands.
2,000 gold. That seems pretty steep. All right, Colin's worth it.
Here, this should cover your expenses.
Fine. Those rumours about Dave's veg better be true. Feast going vegan this year.
Hero! You saved Colin. Mum gave me these, but I think you deserve them more.
Thanks. Maybe you could help me back. The guild sent me. There's been reports of strange things happening around here.
Like what?
Who's in charge around here? And where's Arden, the hero?
Arden doesn't really come around here anymore. You should try the sheriff. His office is nearby. Come on, Colin. Let's go.
I'll give him credit. The kid actually sounds like a kid. One of my pet peeves in games, and I know this is objectively like not a big deal, but one of my pet peeves in games is like when you have a kid voice acted by someone who is clearly an adult. It's just like, Mommy, I would like a sucker, please. And it's like, guys, I can tell that that's Rob and he's 35 years old. You know, it shouldn't bother me as much, but I struggle to suspend disbelief when I can tell that they just went to the bank and made a mortgage payment.
Colin's life. I've also gained reputations as virtuous and shrewd. In Fable, every action generates local reputation. You'll eventually be known for the reputations you build, and everyone will judge you on their own moral terms, often directly.
Nice way.
And this is at the center of our complex, nuanced take on morality, evolving beyond just right and wrong. It reflects real life, where morality is multifaceted and subjective. One person's good is another person's evil.
I'm saving something.
Even being merciful will divide opinion.
Let's chat to some other folks and see what they think about me.
Hello there.
Hey, you're that hero.
This is Jack the Beggar. He's a commoner who's unemployed right now, which is a shame, given he's a hard-working sort of person. On the right is how he feels about me. Jack likes my virtuous reputation and thinks I'm principled. Other NPCs might feel differently about my choices, because each has their own moral view on the choices you make. There are lots of ways to interact with NPCs. I'm going to give some gold to Jack, because he seems nice, and he's a bit down on his luck.
For you. I hope it helps.
Oh, this is going straight in my pocket. Cheers.
He was grateful for that, and he felt I was being kind. Let's give him a bit more.
Here. Don't spend it all at once.
This takes the edge off. Thank you.
That made an impact. I've gained a reputation for being kind, and I'm known for it across Silverbrook. Everything you do has a consequence. Let's leave Jack.
So long. You're like a breath of fresh air, you know?
What I'm interested...
So long.
So did you see that on the menu? So there are buttons there in the bottom for more info, I guess, to like break out his character sheet a little more specifically. But they also have a bookmark button. So you can like bookmark NPCs, I guess, to come back to, and maybe it puts it in like, maybe puts a special icon above him or something. I wonder what that's for, bookmarking an NPC.
Everything you do has a consequence. Let's leave Jack.
So long. You're like a breath of fresh air, you know?
I do like Jack, though. Maybe I should buy him a gift. There are lots of shops with different stock across Albion. Let's go to the general store across the street to see what they have.
So let everyone know you're rich now.
Every-
I think how it works is they assign tags to NPCs based on their character traits. So, like for example, if there is an NPC that hates the wealthy, or they could even be like, you know, they're bitter, or they don't like, I don't know what the word would be, but they don't like charity. They don't like giving away things. And so they find that you have the charitable tag, and all of a sudden that gets flagged for them, and so they don't like you as a result. There's ways that they could build that out. But of course, if an NPC is built in a way where they like charity and they like people who are generous, then they'll like you more. But because they've built it around these like tags specific to NPCs and specific to you, they can have it be dynamic. So you can have an NPC that doesn't like something that others do.
Business has NPCs working in them as part of their daily
Yeah, the show off. Yeah.
life. Just like Megan here.
This is some quality stuff.
Welcome, hero. What can I do for you?
Likes you because you're shrewd.
Doing my deal to save Colin gave me a shrewd reputation, and Megan here is a fan. She's an ambitious commoner, and she thinks I'm savvy because of my earlier deal making. Every NPC has unique characteristics driving who they are and what they think of you. You know what? Forget Jack. He's dead to me. I'm going to try flirting with Megan.
Phew. Is it hot around here, or is it just you?
Well, aren't you confident? Between you and me, I've always wanted to swoon.
That went well. Megan thinks I'm charming and flirty, and I've started to build a reputation for it in Silverbrook. Let's ask her out on a date.
Do you want to grab a drink or something?
Would you believe you're almost what I'm looking for?
Almost.
Clearly she's interested, but I'm not.
If only you had like a talking pig sidekick, then I would entertain this. Then I would entertain it. Let's Chat M. Thank you for the 10. Every game does objective morality. Let devs try and do something different. It seems like this is way harder to set anyways, or way harder set to do anyways. Plus, it makes the world feel more alive. Facial animations need work though. Yeah, as with all things, I am open to it. I love Fable, and again, like you mentioned, morality has always been like a cornerstone of them. But this does seem interesting, and I went back and forth on this thinking, like, should they have had it take time for like the words of your deeds to spread through the city, or should it just be instantaneous? They chose to make it instantaneous, and I think that's probably the right choice for this game. You know, with a game like maybe KCD, you might have it so like the NPCs have to talk to each other, and so words of your deeds take time to spread out. But this isn't like a grounded sim, so it's not that big of a deal. As for facial animations, yes, they do leave a bit to be desired. For me, with everything, it's usually like, you know, if we have a grading scale and it's like, you know, based on reaching different heights of quality, and maybe this is like, you know, A+, this is like a B, this is a C, this is a D, this is a failing grade, this is like, what are you doing, F-. With a lot of games, I feel like it's different how things are weighted. So like, in a Souls-like game, the combat is like a massive chunk of this, right? And then you might have like the graphics, which is a bigger chunk. And then you might have something like the sound design. Performance obviously is a big deal. And so each chunk is balanced a little differently. With a narrative-focused game like Dispatch, obviously combat is not that important there. It's a much smaller chunk, but like the writing of the story is a much bigger chunk there. The presentation is a much bigger chunk, you know? So for each game, the balancing of each piece of it is different. And that's like just where it's tricky. I didn't even know you could do that. Vera Lestra, thank you for that. I didn't know you could do that. I'm not that familiar with Twitch, evidently. So the balancing is always different. With this game, the lip sync, considering it's massive with a lot of dynamic conversations, I weigh the lip sync lower. Like, I don't think it's as crucial to get amazing lip sync. Like, I could still play this and be totally fine with rough lip sync because there's choice and consequence that seems to matter because presentation elsewhere, especially in cutscenes, is really, really high fidelity. With something like AC Shadows, the reason why the bad lip sync and the bad conversational animation stand out so bad is because the rest of it is also pretty weak too. Like there's not really choice and consequence at all. There's not amazing writing, and the presentation's a little rougher. So those weaknesses aren't made up for elsewhere, you know. But I do agree, if they could tighten up facial animations, that would be a huge improvement. That'd be great. For me, it's not a huge deal, but yeah, absolutely. If they could get to it, that'd be great.
Worthy of her time just yet. She wants to date an entrepreneur who owns their own home and only wears fancy clothes. They're high standards. She is ambitious after all. All right, I'm invested in taking Megan on a date. Let's go.
I'll be back, I'm sure.
You have a smashing day.
First, I'll need to buy a business to get a reputation as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
In Fable, I can literally buy any business. I could buy that bakery across the street, or around the corner, I could buy one of the stalls. But you know what? I think I like the pub, the Silver Trough. It's simple to buy a property. Interact with the deed outside the front door to see income, price, and the number of people employed there.
Okay.
To be honest, I've always wanted to own a pub, so let's buy it. Maybe this is the start of my business empire.
Oh, interesting. So you can select how well you pay them, manage who is assigned, so you can hire and fire, set prices higher or lower. And I'm sure all of that also affects your reputation. Like, if you set prices super high, then townsfolk think you're greedy and stuff like that.
I'm a proud new pub owner. Now I can set prices and wages, and I can manage the staff. Every villager performs differently. Here, Susan the bartender is great with customers because she's caring. And that's giving my pub an income boost of 10%. Thanks, Susan. The pub's understaffed, though. As the new owner, I should probably sort that out.
Hire the beggar.
And guess what? I know just the hard-working fellow.
Knew it.
Let's go back to Jack the beggar.
Hopefully he gets a new name. Yeah, a management game within a Fable game.
I've
Luke
also
stiffens.
gained reputations as an entrepreneur and as rich because I bought the pub and it cost me a ton of gold.
Hell yeah. Tiny note, again, that doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to say it because I thought of it. He's done this like arm shake move like 4 times. I keep noticing it and it kind of drives me
An
crazy.
entrepreneur and as rich because I bought the pub and it cost me a ton of gold. Jack, you're no longer dead to me.
Hi there. Hey, you.
Jack still likes me for my kindness earlier, but I like that Jack is hardworking. So,
You try swinging a sword all day. You know what? Fair. I do have a couple swords. Maybe I should try that before I judge. You're right. I should stop being so judgy. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm going to give him a job in my pub.
Got a job, if you're interested.
I can probably do that, yeah.
I can hire anyone, providing they like me enough to accept my job offer.
So they can
Great.
say no.
Jack is thankful I've made a positive impact on his life. He's no longer a beggar, and he's now a bartender.
Cheers.
Yeah, makes sense.
Can you, I wonder if you can hire people that are already working elsewhere, or if you can only hire, can you snipe talent, I wonder?
There are so many other people to talk to.
Villagers react to the reputations you build,
They'd help with anything.
and they remember the things you do to them. Now the pub is fully staffed, and Jack can head off to work. Take your time, Jack.
Next, I need some fancy clothes. Let's head to the tailor.
It would be awesome if you could hire the pig. Yeah,
There are
that'd be
lots of
great.
places I can update my look. Tailors, hairdressers, tattooists. And every settlement has different options available. There are rare outfits to discover in the more dangerous parts of Albion too. There are tons of options to create a unique look for your hero. This place looks fancy.
I will also say I'm not generally a fan of the mini map because I feel like what inevitably happens is you end up staring at that, and a lot of time quest designers can over rely on it. Like even in The Witcher 3, I think the best way to play that is with mini map turned off. But I do think they did a good job here balancing it with like how non-existent the rest of the UI is. It's really, really subtle. So I was just like watching this gameplay, and then he walks around the corner and I see the clothes hanging from the building, and I was like, oh, that must be the tailor. I didn't even look down at the minimap to see that there's like the little clothes symbol down there. So I think they're doing a good job. I like how minimalistic it is, and again, I'm kind of surprised that I like it so much because usually I don't like minimaps, but I think that they struck a good balance with it. It's like low key enough, which I appreciate.
For your hero.
I feel like a system like this would be amazing in a more political game. Imagine Disco Elysium style RPG where every choice like this groups you into political categories. There is a game being made that is Disco Elysium like, where all of the character like pillars and like skills are all tied to political parties and political ideologies. I'm forgetting the name of it. Maybe somebody in chat knows what I'm talking about, but there is a game that they're developing it. I don't think it's even in early access yet. I follow some of the devs on Twitter, but there is a game like that, almost exactly what you're describing, that's in development.
This place looks fancy. Let's head inside.
It's not the Zaum game, but there is one like it. Zero Paradise, is that it? Check out Zero Paradise, that might be it.
Rhiannon.
So much choice on offer.
We're closing soon.
Just like real.
Look at this, just like I was telling you. Okay, so there's a citizen that dislikes you because of the very things that the other shopkeep likes you for. I'm gonna be real. This makes me very happy because one of the like I don't know what it is. Rihanna's in this. Rihanna non. One of the things, I don't know what it is about modern game design, but it's like maybe it's like bubblegum RPG or like pop RPG, but there's like this trend in modern game development where they want you to be like the super badass hero and everybody likes you. And there's this belief that like gamers want everyone to love them and like them and needs validation from every NPC at all times. Like that was kind of the thing in like games like Saints Row or Forspoken, where like, you know, you end up being the badass Mary or Mario Sue, you know, and everybody thinks you're awesome and you're great at everything. And I kind of hate that, okay? Because it's not life, it's not real, and it doesn't, like when everybody likes you, it makes everything lose all consequence and meaning, you know? When it's just the mustache twirling bad guy that doesn't like you, there's not that much depth, you know? And something like this, I kind of love that like you're role playing as a character. You could role play the opposite way, by the way. You could role play where you're chasing after Rhiannon or whatever. And you are very proudly poor, and you're very proudly not engaging in any of this nasty capitalistic stuff. You're not buying businesses. You're not doing any of this stuff. You're not making deals. You could role play that way. She would love you. The other chick would hate you, you know? Rhiannon, I feel like this is me trying to learn how to pronounce Lao Fei all over again. It's like, I don't even know anymore, man. So I prefer this than like the kitschy campy everyone loves you and you're awesome at everything, you know? I prefer this. Maybe that's just me being a sucker for pain, but I prefer this.
Life. Wealth is a divisive topic, and Rhiannon has her own views.
Rhiannon.
In stark contrast to the ambitious Megan, she's very much not a fan of rich entrepreneurs, and she thinks I'm out of touch. Which makes sense, given she's humble. Let's have a look at what she's selling. Fancy clothes, hopefully.
Can I see your stuff?
Humble is a great way to call somebody poor. It's a great way. I understand you don't have a lot of resources. You're humble.
Don't waste my time.
It's a very British way of saying that, you know?
Rhiannon's jacking up the prices by 80% just for me.
Bro!
Looking closer reveals why. That's just how much she hates me.
Dude,
This
80%
is just one example of where your choices ripple through all the interconnected
tax
systems.
the rich. My goodness.
And here, I've got our character customizer. I'm free at any time to find a wardrobe and change a bunch of different things about myself. I can change my skin tone, body, head, hair, and lots more.
To be fair, if somebody grinned at me the way he's grinning, I would charge them 80% more too.
In the tailor, I can only buy clothes. But there's over 120 different shops in Albion, each with their own stock and items to buy. Let's finish my outfit with some fancy shoes.
She hates you for looking rich and you come in and buy the most expensive stuff. Add an 80% markup.
See you, Rhiannon.
Take care.
Yeah, all right.
We don't get on, but it's been a pleasure. Now I'm really looking the part. Let's check on my relationship with Megan. At any time, I can dip into property and people screens to track my loved ones, of which there could be many, because I can have relationships with everyone in Albion if I like.
No joke. I think I'm gonna go like, what is that show on like Mormon Sister Wives? Sister Wives? I'm gonna go full Sister Wives on this. I'm going to go to like every town, have 15 different families. I'm going to try to have over 100 kids. Mark my words. I'm going to try. I don't know if it'll work, but wouldn't it be amazing? Especially if they have like an ending where they get like, you know how some games they get the ending and they have all of like the characters of importance come together in the final cutscene. And just imagine it's just an ocean of little kids and like 35 wives. Maybe this is saying something about me. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be cool. The Genghis Khan simulator. Yeah, I've conquered Albion. Yes, indeed.
It would just take a while. While I'm here, I can see the reputation cloud on the right. It shows me what I'm known for in Silverbrook. As an entrepreneur, rich, kind, shrewd, and virtuous. On a single moral scale, these reputations would be seen the same way, as absolutely good or evil. However, as we've seen with Megan and Rhiannon, Fable's morality reflects the complexity of judgment we see in the world today, where everyone has their own moral view.
Which I greatly prefer that than just thumbs up, thumbs down. I mean, obviously you can, with some games, you can kind of get away with it being more thumbs up, thumbs down because it's like community based. So like in Fallout New Vegas, Good Springs, you killed a bunch of people, you killed the doc. They're going to dislike you, you know? Like even if you could say, well, I found something on his hard drive that wasn't great. It's like it's just easier to be like, okay, the town generally hates you, you know? There are limitations with that. But with this, I do think it's interesting. The one question I have though, and maybe it's just this demo, but the one question I do have is that like this has been going for 16 minutes from the moment he walked straight into the town to this moment here where he's already built up this reputation, all of this stuff. It's been 16 minutes. To build an entire reputation within the town in 16 minutes seems to me really, really fast. Now, obviously, there's a lot of other stuff in here. There's like a butcher. There's the shopkeep. It looks like hairdresser. I don't know what these symbols are. Like a scarecrow, maybe just a farm. You can buy the farm. Maybe that's what that is. There's all sorts of things like this. A blacksmith, for example. But it seems like the reputation was made super, super quickly. And I'm sure it can like level up as time goes by. There's different like tiers of relationships and stuff. So I'm sure that there's that. There's also a festival that's going to happen. So there's reason to stay in the town. But it does seem like that happened very quickly.
The last thing left for Megan is to own a home. I'm a bit short on cash though, seeing as I paid a fortune to save Colin and bought a pub. But since I've bought it, I've been earning passive income. So let's swing by to collect it. The people of Silverbrook all have their own nuanced, subjective view of who I am and what they think of me. But if I don't like my reputations in Silverbrook, I can pay the town crier to...
Yeah, I think it's for the sake of the demo, they made it faster. Well, and also to be clear, like you guys said, he showed up with like an ocean of cash. So typically, I don't think you would get here and have enough money to buy a business right at the outset. So it's probably like, I want to get with her. I don't have the money. I'm going to go do some other stuff and I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy the stuff and I'll go find fancy clothes somewhere. I'm not going to pay an 80% markup. I'll go buy them in a different town and I'll be back. I think that's how it will typically work. You're not going to show up with just an Amex Platinum swiping, you know? So I'm guessing that's what kind of slows it down for most players, but I noticed it. I thought I'd mention it. But I do think you're right that for the sake of the demo, having an ocean of cash in your pocket made it go faster.
Change them. I give them gold, a lot of gold, and they spread a new reputation for me. If you're rich enough, you can change what people think of you.
I like that.
Here I am at the Silver Trough, now under new management. Let's head inside and check in on our employees.
Wow.
There's Susan, my star bartender from earlier.
Well, aren't you a do-gooder?
Hey, you. Working hard?
Just who I wanted to see. You.
Oh, she fancies me because she thinks I'm compassionate. Sorry, Susan. I only have eyes for Megan.
Keep at it.
You and me, boss. You and me.
See the arm again?
And there's Jack. Let's say hi.
Hey, Jack.
How's it going? Just working.
Oh, yeah, he did get a
You know
new
me.
name. Now he's bartender.
I knew you'd work out, Jack. He is a hard-working commoner after all. Keep up the good work.
Farewell.
See you, boss.
Things seem to be ticking over in here, so I'll head downstairs to the income chest to collect my profits.
Looking good.
I wonder how much he's made.
There's an income chest in every business I own and every property I live in. It means I don't have to go to each individual place, and I can collect all my income from any of them.
Okay. I was going to ask, like, oh, so do you have to, like, fast travel back to every business and collect it manually? That sounds annoying. But no, they just do it this way. And then you can upgrade your chest so that it can collect more at a time before you have to pick it up. I like that. Okay.
I've got a decent amount of gold now. Time to pick off the last thing on Megan's list. Owning my own property in Silverbrook. Let's go house hunting.
Oh, Christine doesn't like you.
I can buy literally any house in Albion. It would just take a while. And quite a bit of gold.
Dude, I can't wait for the mods.
But I
This
like the look of
infinite
this
money
one.
glitch.
Nice garden, rural views, weird hairy pig statues out front. Let's have a look. Looks like I don't quite have enough money. That's a shame. But one thing I can do is pick up a shift at a job.
So it looked like there was income tied to that as well. So you can buy the house and then, I guess, rent it out. And it'll generate income, depending on how many people are living there.
There's a blacksmith just down the road. Hopefully I can go earn enough gold there. Going on dates, buying properties and businesses, and doing jobs are all part of the interconnected Fable experience. It really adds to
Hold
the
on,
sense.
Jesus Christ. One of you guys said check out the cheeks. Bro. Them's is some melons. Those are... Bro. He's got 2 cantaloupes stuffed in those pants right there. I hate to be that guy, but...
Are all part of the interconnected Fable.
Oh my God. Jesus. My goodness. Wow. Okay. Okay. Why is that not a character trait? Why is that not, you know, savvy, shrewd, rich, great ass? Why is that not on the stat sheet? Feels like it should be. You know, yeah, that's not a bread loaf. That's the whole bakery. I agree, dude. I agree. My goodness. Luke, do you ever feel like excessive optimization ruins the RPG aspect of some things? Here, for example, collecting all the money instead of at each business. Good for gameplay, bad for exploring and role-playing. I do think that is interesting. I think it more has to do with this, like, it's a direction thing. Like, if you were playing KCD, I would expect it to be balanced more where like you go to individual businesses and do it that way, because I think that fits with that game's tone, the way that they're trying to do it in a more grounded and realistic way. With this, it's more of like a fantasy, maybe, I wouldn't even say this is necessarily like a junk food RPG. I think it's a little bit more than that. It seems to have more going on, more complexity and depth, but I do think that it just depends on what you're trying to make, you know? Like, not every game needs to be KCD, and I think that that's good. But realism can very quickly spill, just like Wookie says. It can very quickly spill into tedium. Like, realism is great until it's not, and it's like super annoying. And there's even certain lines that like a KCD won't cross. Like, imagine if they had a meter for Henry where he has to pee at a regular interval, and he adds, oh, you ate that food, turns out you're lactose intolerant, now you have explosive diarrhea for the next 3 in-game days. That might be too much. You know, that might cross the line of being immersive and become tedious and annoying. It's like, I play video games to escape the realities of IBS, not to relive it. So as with every game, it's a balancing act of choosing what you want to do and what you don't want to do and what fits with the flow of the game you're trying to do. So in a way, I would agree with your comment that there are times where a desire for realism can elevate an experience, and a desire maybe for things to be streamlined can diminish the experience, but it just depends on the flow, and that's where like the game director comes into play. That's why the role of a game director is so important, because they have to make those decisions. They have to like have that the vision of the game in their head, so when the game is in development, they realize, I don't think IBS is a good system to have in our game. You know, they have to be able to make those choices and be confident in them. In this case, I think they chose to do something where they want the player to be moving through cities, to move to new cities and towns and villages, and to not have to go back constantly just for the busy work, which I think makes sense. Who knows? Maybe they'll offer, like, after launch, they'll do like a hardcore mode where they do different systems. I'm sure modders will do stuff like that. But for the launch version, I think that this makes sense based on what I have seen so far.
Experience. It really adds to the sense of immersion when
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You could also just do self-imposed RP rules. I know a lot of people that do that with games. Like, I know people that for like Bethesda games, they will give themselves an unlimited number of lockpicks because they just hate the idea of like lockpicks breaking, because they don't really break. But they do like a mod where all of the lockpicks are max difficulty. You know, do stuff like that. They'll put self-imposed mods to make it, or rules and barriers to make it more fitting for their roleplay experience. So there are options. Obviously on console you can't do that, but on PC you could. And with this, I mean, you could even just say, I'm going to go to every village to check in once a week. So when I collect my money from the chest, I'm going to visit every town that I have a business in and just roleplay that I'm collecting the money that way. There's options for that.
Interconnected Fable experience. It really adds to the sense of immersion when I can take a break from saving the world to change the lives of the people around me and discover how the simulation reacts.
I agree with that. It's good to be able to take breaks. I just ask that the story, like, it makes sense in the story. It's a common problem in like games. Cyberpunk has this problem for me personally, which is that, like, spoilers, you're dying, like you're falling apart, and it's very clear you don't have much time left. And so if you're role playing super seriously as V, chances are you're going to play through the game and you're just going to sprint from one objective to the next, to the next, to the next, trying to save your own life, basically. You're not going to spend a lot of time doing side quests and exploring. You have to kind of pause mentally your immersion in the main story and how quickly V is deteriorating to go and do side activities. Same thing like Fallout 4. Your child's been kidnapped. Oh my God, I need to save him. You're not going to do a lot of like, okay, a settlement needs my help, and I'm going to build this, and I'm going to organize, I'm going to put this couch here. Your son's missing, you know? So for me, I always ask that just the story, it makes sense in the story while we're doing it. And it's not just like, the world's ending. Hold on, let's take a moment and garden for a little bit. You know, I just ask that it makes sense.
I could play this part of the game forever, and I'd never run out of systemic toys to tinker with. There's a couple of jobs to take on across Albion, but today I fancy a try at blacksmithing. It's as simple as walking up to the anvil to start a shift. No prior experience required.
Okay.
In the interest of time, we've reduced the time limit here. But regardless, it's a classic case of risk versus reward. I'm constantly having to balance speed versus precision, while trying to earn as much as I can. I need to hit all the hotspots to complete an item, but if I manage a perfect hit, just like that, I earn a multiplier on my gold.
12,000? I wonder how this is balanced, because that seems crazy. Like the house was what? I think the house was 36,000. The business was 99,000. So maybe they do want you to just be able to buy like a house and a business or two in every single village. But again, it could also just be that it's been scaled in a way for the demo that you make money way faster. I don't know.
Years _the joint donated $20 through Super Chat. What happened to the black t-shirt?
Which black t-shirt? Do you mean the Concord t-shirt? I do still have the Concord. I wear it pretty regularly. Thank you for the 20. Today I'm repping Bluth's frozen banana t-shirt. There's always money in the banana stand. Always remember that. Whenever times are tough, there's always money in the banana stand.
That's a successful shift completed.
Hell yeah.
I can return to the blacksmith anytime to earn more gold and gain blacksmithing experience while building my reputation.
The income chest
I've
is
now
full.
got just about enough gold for the house. Let's head back down the street and buy it.
Dude, I can't. This is so.
There are guards stationed in every settlement.
The
They're
cheeks,
always
man.
there to keep a watchful eye on the villagers and probably 2 eyes on a hero. If I get caught committing crimes, I'll find myself in trouble with the law. And that will change what people think of me. We're back. Let's buy the house. Now I'm the owner, I can hike up the rent or even make it free if I'm feeling charitable. I can manage my tenants too. I can let them stay and keep collecting the rental income, but I want to move in myself.
Yeah, Kieran doesn't like me anyways. Time to kick him out.
Which gives me the choice to just chuck them out on the street or be nice and give them a bit of gold to leave. And if I chuck them out, that would cause me to be known as heartless. And I'm trying to be nice right now in case I ruin things with Megan.
As always, the only reason to be nice is for a girl. That's the only way. Carson, thank you for the 10. I'm struggling getting KCD. Is combat easier in the second game. First game made me drop it. Yeah, it's like way more streamlined in the second game. Way more. Yeah, absolutely. If you're really struggling with the first game, you can start at the second one, do a story recap. Yeah, but combat is significantly overhauled in the second.
And now I'm free to move in. Let's look around. Home sweet home.
Hell yeah.
I can buy any house in Albion. And while this one lacks some square footage, there are huge houses, even mansions I can buy throughout the game.
I like that.
Looks like the tenants left some stuff behind. Awful fans, apparently. Wherever I live, I have access to my income chest and wardrobe, so I can collect all my gold and change my appearance whenever I like.
Dude, the cake, I can't, it's distracting. It's distracting at this point. Like, oh, wow.
That was the last thing on Megan's list. Let's head back to the general store. Fable has a dynamic time of day that changes what people are doing throughout their routine. It's still the afternoon, so hopefully Megan is still...
Is anyone else hungry? I'm getting hungry.
still working. If I'm too late, she'll be back home in bed.
Oh my God.
And there's my new pub with some customers in the beer garden.
Hey.
I love Welsh.
Me too.
Now we're back at the general store. Let's find Megan.
Hey, babe.
Just the person I wanted to see.
Still interested?
I've ticked off all Megan's dating goals, so now my chances of romance are much improved. Let's ask her on a date again.
Let's see it.
How about a date?
A date? Oh, I'm chuffed to bits.
I'm chuffed to bits. I'm using that later. I'm gonna go up to Nikki. Hey. I'm chuffed to bits. I'll let you guys know if it worked, okay? I'll let you go. I'll experiment. I'll test it. I'll let you know.
I can offer a gift to increase my chances of a date being a good one. As tempting as my new offal is, I'm going to give Megan flowers instead. I think she'll like them more. Here we are on a date at the Silver Trough. Hope I'm getting free drinks.
So you can fail a date too.
Looks like it went well.
That was quite the date, hero. Loved it.
Well, time to have some kids.
Hey, you.
Oh, hero. Yeah, that date was just brill.
Brill. Honest question, do British
Megan
people
found me
say
quite
that?
charming.
Brill.
I'd like to make things official, so I'll ask her to be in a relationship with me.
So what do you say? Ready for something more?
And what a lovely couple we'll make.
Whatever comes next, I'm with you.
It's official. That's not the end, though. I could build this relationship a lot more.
See, move
We
in.
could get married, which comes with its own set of goals. We could move into my house and start a family. And I can even hire her for one of my businesses. Things could go the other way too. I could break up with Megan, or divorce her in future. Or I might make choices that make her divorce me. There's lots of ways
That was gonna be my question. Can you, like, say you lose all your money, and like everyone starts hating you, or people think you're poor? Does that then make her not like you because she's like a gold digger? Maybe. Oh.
I could change her life, and she'll remember. But we've seen enough romance for now. Bye, Megan.
I have to go. But you're welcome to watch me leave.
You have a
Dude,
lovely...
with that freaking loaded out keister, I think she's gonna have a hard time not.
time, sweetheart.
Jesus Christ.
Before we go, I've only really demonstrated what it's like being an upstanding citizen in Silverbrook.
Lou is
Our
gonna be
game is
eating
one
good.
full of contrast, though,
Modest. Yeah, I like it.
where I decide the kind of hero I want to be. So let's briefly explore what it's like if I'm not so nice. Hi, Susan.
Nose to the grindstone. Love to see it.
Lovely to see you, boss.
Sorry, Susan. You're fired.
I'm married. Get away from me.
You're fired. Sorry.
You're
Sorry.
gonna regret that, swine.
She's not happy about that, and she thinks I'm being heartless. But because in Fable morality is subjective and varies from person to person, not everybody will have a problem with that. There might even be someone who fancies me because I'm heartless. Villagers also react to my physical actions. If I start firing arrows around the place, they'll start to perceive me as reckless.
I like that.
I can even take pot shots at the locals if I want.
Arrow to the knee.
And now I've gone too far, but I'm in the mood for a fight.
Oh, that was weird.
In Fable, you can express yourself with your own combat style, combining strength, skill, and will in style-weaving combat. You choose the weapons, skills, and abilities you want to use and blend them seamlessly together.
Stay still, please.
I'm putting up a fight, but backup will keep on coming until I leave Silverbrook. Peacefully or not. I think a tactical retreat is probably for the best. Now I have a bounty on my head which will grow with more crime. I can immediately pay it, or pay a reduced fine, if I spend long enough out of town. My reputations don't disappear with my bounty though. Once I'm known as a killer and a criminal, it'll stick with me until I put in the work to change what people think. Or until I've made an expensive visit to the town crier. Because the people in Albion remember what you do.
Yeah, combat was clunky. Combat was really clunky. Some of the camera snaps for the finishers, just it looked very like it didn't look like it had much weight or punch to the hits. Yeah, combat looked clunky for sure.
Over the past 25 minutes or so, I've bought a pub and a house, been a landlord, and changed a beggar's life. I've customized my look, saved a magic talking pig, fought the law, and I've built a relationship with just one of Albion's 1,000 handcrafted, fully voiced NPCs. And here's the reputation cloud again. I'm rich and charming because of my spending habits and my relationships. I'm also a criminal and a killer due to my reckless behavior and fighting with the guards. Yet, I'm shrewd for saving Colin and an entrepreneur because I bought the Silver Trough. I've built a complex, rich identity in Silverbrook, which the people there will react to through their own moral view. I'm not simply good or evil. I'm so much more than that. There are many more settlements across Albion to explore. My identity is mine to create in each one, and everyone will have their own perspective on what I do as I build an extraordinary life. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned for more in-depth Fable information as we move closer to our launch.
Oh yeah. So overall impressions, I'd say, are very positive from me. Like, a lot of the systemic stuff is really cool. Big thing, I think it's for everybody. The biggest takeaway is just that the combat looks clunky. Enemy AI, like that camera movement was weird. Enemy AI seems just strange. Like, you see, they're just kind of standing around. Okay, like aggression is off. I don't know. It's just the combat seems clunky. It seems like it needs some tightening up. Individual moves and individual things look cool, like that magic effect, that slam attack. Those things look cool, like they have in previous trailers where they can cut that like one individual spot. But it's when you see stuff like this where, like, why is this guy just standing there? Like, he just stood there waiting for you. And I know some people are going to be like, well, it's maybe just done for the demo to make it easier for them to get through and demonstrate stuff. Okay, but you can't do that with like every element of the game and just like hand wave it away. Like, why are they just standing there? See what I mean? Like, you just killed a lot of people and they're just standing there. So maybe it is for the demo. They cranked the aggression way down. But it looks weird. I think they need to change that. So, but I mean, they also have what at this point? It's June. The game launches in February. They have like 8 months or whatever to tweak stuff, and so I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of their main pain points. I think it's also probably why they haven't shown like a lot of extended combat, probably because it's still kind of clunky. So hopefully they're aware. But overall, I think the hard stuff, which is like the sim stuff, that seems to be done very well. The world design, graphics, the presentation, all of that is beautiful. But I just think that enemy AI and then the combat just needs some tweaking to improve it. Overall, though, I'm very bullish on this. I'm a fan. I like what I'm seeing. I'm the kind of player though that I really dig the idea of like gray morality, of reputations that are dynamic and change based on your actions and behavior. I love the idea of going to one village and being just a mass murdering psychopath and like super evil crime lord, buying up everything, cranking all the rents out the ass, and then the next village over, I'm very nice, very kind. Like, I'm excited to experiment with that stuff. I just hope that again they can continue tweaking and ironing out some of the rough edges. But overall, I'm into it. Lip sync also. Lip sync would be a plus. Primary thing and priority, I think, should go to the combat, obviously, and enemy AI. and then lip sync underneath that. I think combat probably is more important, but overall, pretty positive. So what do you guys think? How are you guys feeling? Let me read the chat and see where you guys are at with it. Focusing on combat is for Souls, not for this type of RPG. Well, like I said, I don't think the combat is like the end all be all for a game like this. It's much more about, I think, the systemic stuff, the role playing, the writing, those types of things. But if we can have good combat, we would still obviously prefer good combat than mediocre combat. So if we're going to offer points where we'd like to see improvement, that would definitely be it. C-Cat says he rates it, or they rate it, a cake out of 10. It's a lot. That's a lot. Jesus. Looks promising, looks awesome. Too early to give a score. I think it's probably good, but it's hard to get a feel for it with this kind of demo. Sure, I get that. Glad it's been delayed till early next year. Definitely needs some work, but looks decent. Well, and this is why I'm always glad when they do extended gameplay looks like this. And it's why, like for New Game Plus, we were encouraging people to do this as well. Because you may think that something looks good to go because you've been building it and working on it for years. And then you release it to the public and they just immediately are like, no, I'd change that. Tweak that. Like, you just don't know what you don't know. So I'm glad that they are sharing this with still 8 months left on the runway, because it means that for the next 8 months, they're not just bug fixing and polishing, but they can also do tweaks to things like enemy AI, like the combat, and put that effort in. And I think they will. I mean, obviously, I think that Microsoft is aware that this could be a really big one for them. I think they were surprised, honestly, with how positive the initial reactions were at the reveal earlier this year. I think it was at the Developer Direct. I think they were genuinely surprised at how much people liked what they saw. And I've told you guys, it's anecdotal, so, take it or leave it. But I've told you guys how people that I know that are not like big hardcore gamers were aware of Fable because they started getting clips going viral and showing up in their feed, and like it makes a difference. Like this is actually one of those games I think that could pierce that mainstream veil and start to appeal to like some of those Hogwarts Legacy players, for example. I think that this very well could do it. A lot of the there's a lot of more casual gamers that love RPGs like Dragon Age. A lot of those people they're not super active in the industry right now. They might have a console or a PC, but like they're not playing a ton of stuff. This very well could appeal to them as well. So I think that they have a solid foundation, and I think that they know that they could have a big game on their hands. They just got to nail the execution. And it seems like a lot of it they've done really, really well with. But I don't think it's a mistake that they wait to show combat till the very, very end, because it's definitely the weakest point of what they have here. And I hope that they can continue tweaking it and improving it. It just, when I see like enemies just standing there for like 10 seconds, like watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, why was he just standing there? Like there's just weird things like that could be improved. So we'll see. They're working on it. I just hope that they can continue improving it. But this is why feedback is important. We put the feedback out there so they hear it. They hopefully listen and make improvements and changes. Just, tapping them on the head and being like, that looks great, sweetie. Only goes so far, because they won't make improvements if they don't know they need to do it. But having said that, thumbs up. I like what I see and I want more. Give me, please. That's it. Maybe there's a hard mode. Maybe. We'll find out. Took my